Let me ask you something. Have you ever looked at someone in their 70s or 80s and thought, wow, they're still sharp, active, and glowing with life, and then looked at someone the same age who seems frail, tired, and withdrawn? What's the difference? It's not just genetics. It's not just luck. It's science, and your body might already be showing signs that quietly hint at how many more good years you've got ahead. See, after the age of 70, it's easy to think we're just at the mercy of time. But the truth is, researchers have identified very specific signs, real, measurable things, that can actually predict how long we're likely to live. And the best part? Many of them are in your control. So if you're over 70, or you love someone who is, pay close attention. Because these signs can help you not only live longer, but live better. Let's talk about the first few signs your body is already giving you. The first sign, your walking speed. Yes, seriously, how fast you walk might say more about your life expectancy than your blood pressure or even your weight. Doctors now call walking speed the sixth vital sign. Because it reflects your overall strength, coordination, balance, and brain health, all wrapped up in one simple movement. A famous study from the University of Pittsburgh followed over 34,000 older adults and found that people who walked faster, around 1 meter per second or more, were much more likely to live longer than those who walked slower. In fact, a brisk walking speed was associated with better heart health, lower risk of falls, and even a sharper mind. So what does this mean for you? If you're still moving at a good pace, that's a fantastic sign. But if you've slowed down recently, it might be your body telling you it's time to build strength, improve balance, or check in on your health. Here's a little tip. Next time you're walking down the hallway or to the mailbox, take note. Are you gliding with ease, or do you feel hesitant, like your body's working harder than it used to? It's worth paying attention to. Sign 2, grip strength. Think your hands don't say much about your health? Think again. Your grip, the strength of your hands when you squeeze, actually speaks volumes about the rest of your body. In fact, research shows that grip strength can be a better predictor of mortality than blood pressure. One massive study published in The Lancet followed nearly 140,000 people across 17 countries and found that weaker grip strength was linked to a higher risk of heart disease, stroke, and early death. That's because your grip is connected to your overall muscle mass and physical condition. It's not about being able to crush a soda can. Don't worry. It's about whether your muscles are staying strong and active as you age. Here's something you can try at home. Grab a tennis ball or a small stress ball and give it a good squeeze. How does it feel? Do your hands feel strong and steady? Or is it harder than it used to be? If you notice a decline, it doesn't mean it's too late. It just means your body's asking for some strength training. And yes, you can improve your grip even in your 70s or 80s. Gentle resistance exercises, even something as simple as using your hands more for opening jars or lifting light weights, can bring amazing benefits. Sign 3, your social circle. Now, let's step away from the physical for a second. This one surprises a lot of people, but it's backed by tons of research. Your social life plays a huge role in how long you live. Harvard, Yale, and Stanford have all done studies showing that seniors with strong social connections, friends, family, neighbors, live longer than those who are socially isolated. In fact, being lonely can be just as dangerous to your health as smoking 15 cigarettes a day. Isn't that wild? It's because being socially active reduces stress, keeps your brain engaged, and gives you a sense of purpose. Whether it's regular phone calls, church meetings, book clubs, or walking with a neighbor, those connections are like invisible medicine for your heart and soul. So think about your week. How often do you talk to someone who makes you smile? Who listens to you? Who makes you feel seen? If you feel like that part of your life has grown quiet, that's okay. It just means it's time to water that garden again. A simple phone call, a visit to a local community center, or even joining an online group for seniors can be the spark that lights something new. Now, here's the real beauty in these signs. None of these are final verdicts. They're gentle nudges. Clues. A way your body and your life whisper, hey, this matters. And here's the best part. Every single one of these signs is something you can work on. You can build strength. You can walk more. You can reconnect. It's never too late. You don't have to run marathons or suddenly become a social butterfly. but you can take one step forward. Just one. And that step might be what adds not just years to your life, but life to your years. In the next part, we'll keep diving into more signs that quietly reveal how well your body is aging. And trust me, some of them might surprise you. But for now, take a breath and ask yourself, how am I walking through life right now, literally and figuratively? Because the answers to that question might be more powerful than you think. So we've talked about walking speed, grip strength, and your social life, 3 powerful, research-backed signs that hint at how many good years may still be ahead of you. Now let's take that momentum and look at a few more clues your body gives, often quietly, that say a lot about your long-term health. These next signs are ones many people overlook, but if you're over 70, they can speak volumes about how your body is handling aging, and more importantly, what you can do about it. Sign 4. Your sleep patterns. How well you sleep, how long you sleep, and even when you sleep are all huge indicators of your overall health and potential longevity. You might be thinking, well, I've always been a light sleeper, or, it's normal to wake up more often as I age, and yes, to some degree, that's true. But consistent, poor quality sleep, especially when it starts to shift your natural rhythm, can be a red flag. Researchers at the University of California found that seniors who consistently got less than 6 hours of quality sleep a night had a higher risk of cognitive decline, heart disease, and even shorter lifespan. On the flip side, those who maintained a healthy sleep routine, 7 to 8 hours of good, restorative sleep, tended to live longer and stay mentally sharper. Sleep is when your body repairs itself. It's when your brain sorts through memories and clears out toxins. It's not just rest, it's recovery. So, ask yourself, do you wake up feeling refreshed? Or do you feel groggy, achy, or irritable during the day? Are you tossing and turning, or waking up multiple times? If your sleep has changed recently, don't ignore it. It could be linked to underlying health issues, or it might simply mean your bedtime habits need a little adjustment. Reducing caffeine in the afternoon, dimming the lights earlier, and keeping a consistent bedtime, these small shifts can help your body remember its rhythm. Sign 5. Appetite and weight changes. You may not realize it, but your appetite and the subtle changes in your weight can be quiet indicators of how your body is doing behind the scenes. When you're younger, it's easier to gain or lose a few pounds and not think much of it. But after 70, unintentional weight loss, especially if it's muscle mass, can be a major warning sign. In fact, studies have found that a loss of 5% or more of body weight in older adults, without trying, is associated with higher risk of mortality. Because it often means the body isn't absorbing nutrients properly, or the person may not be eating enough protein to maintain muscle. Likewise, a sudden drop in appetite, or a loss of interest in food altogether, could be linked to depression, digestive issues, or early signs of cognitive decline. So pay attention to your plate. Do you enjoy meals the same way? Are you eating regularly and getting a balance of protein, fiber, and healthy fats? Or have you found yourself skipping meals, snacking more, or eating out of habit instead of hunger? You don't need a big appetite to stay strong, but you do need consistency. Focus on quality over quantity. A bowl of hearty soup, a smoothie with greens and protein, or a few slices of avocado on whole grain toast. These small meals can keep your body fueled and resilient. Sign 6. Balance and coordination. Here's something that often gets overlooked until it becomes a problem: your sense of balance. How steady you feel when you stand, walk, or turn a corner can actually tell us a lot about your longevity. In fact, a widely cited study showed that older adults who couldn't balance on one foot for at least 10 seconds were more than twice as likely to die within the next 10 years compared to those who could. Now, that doesn't mean if you wobble a bit, the clock is ticking, but it does mean balance matters. Because balance isn't just about your feet, it's a combination of vision, coordination, core strength, joint health, and even brain function. So here's a simple test you can try at home. With a chair nearby just in case, can you stand on one foot for 10 seconds without holding on to anything? If you can, wonderful. If not, don't panic, but do take it as a gentle nudge to start including balance-focused exercises into your day. Tai Chi, gentle yoga, or even simply practicing standing with one foot slightly ahead of the other while brushing your teeth, these little movements retrain your body and brain to stay stable. Because here's the truth, it's not just about avoiding a fall. It's about building the confidence to move freely, live independently, and keep exploring the world on your terms. And now, let's be honest for a second. Aging comes with its challenges. Nobody gets through life without some wear and tear. But aging isn't about sitting back and watching things happen. It's about paying attention. Listening to what your body is whispering. These signs, your walking pace, grip, sleep, appetite, balance, aren't predictions written in stone. They're invitations. They're little clues saying, take care of this now, and you might enjoy another 10, 15, even 20 years of good living. So ask yourself, which of these signs is your body showing you right now? And more importantly, what small step can you take today to improve it? Remember, small changes add up. A 5-minute stretch, a protein-rich breakfast, a better bedtime routine, it all counts. You're not here just to exist. You're here to thrive. So far, we've looked at how your body moves, how it rests, and how it fuels itself. But now we're going to talk about one of the most powerful signs of all, your mind. Because when it comes to living a long, fulfilling life after 70, mental sharpness is just as important as physical strength. Sign 7. Cognitive function and mental clarity. Let me ask you this. Have you ever walked into a room and forgotten why you were there? Or searched for your glasses while they were sitting right on top of your head? If so, you're not alone, and you're not doomed. Some forgetfulness is normal as we age. But when memory loss becomes frequent, or you begin to struggle with basic planning, decisions, or finding the right words in conversation, it could be a sign your brain health needs some attention. Cognitive function is now considered one of the strongest predictors of how long you'll live and how well you'll live. A study from Rush University Medical Center found that seniors with even mild cognitive decline had a significantly increased risk of death over the next 10 years. On the flip side, those who kept their minds active and sharp had better outcomes in virtually every area of aging. Fewer hospitalizations, fewer falls, greater independence, and longer lives. But here's the beautiful part. Your brain is not fixed. It's not set in stone. Just like a muscle, it can be strengthened, challenged, and protected at any age. So how do you keep it sharp? Start with stimulation. Reading books, doing puzzles, learning a new hobby, or even playing memory games on your phone can all help. But don't just stick to what you're good at. Try something new. The brain loves novelty. Next, stay socially engaged. Isolation is one of the biggest risks to cognitive health. When you have conversations, debate ideas, or even share laughs with friends, you're giving your brain a full workout. And let's not forget physical exercise. It increases blood flow to the brain and helps prevent shrinkage of key areas related to memory. It all ties together, body, mind, and spirit. But let's take a step back. Now that we've gone through all 7 signs, take a moment. Reflect on your own life. Don't judge yourself. Just gently ask, how steady is your walk? How firm is your handshake? How strong is your social circle? How well are you sleeping? Has your appetite changed? Can you balance with confidence? Is your memory sharp? Each of these things on its own may not mean much. But together, they form a picture, a snapshot of your current health and what the road ahead might look like. And more importantly, each one is something you can influence. You see, aging doesn't have to be passive. You don't just sit back and wait for your body to tell you what's next. You can listen, yes, but you can also respond. You can build habits that give you back control. You can create routines that protect your mind, strengthen your body, and deepen your connections with others. A message from the heart. If you're watching this and feeling overwhelmed, don't. You don't need to fix everything today. You don't need to suddenly become a different person. But you can begin. You can take one small step. Maybe it's setting a regular bedtime this week. Maybe it's calling an old friend. Maybe it's swapping out a sugary snack for something healthier. Maybe it's standing on one foot for 10 seconds while brushing your teeth each night. That's all it takes. One small move, repeated, becomes momentum. And momentum becomes transformation. You have more power than you think. Age doesn't diminish that, it just makes it more precious. Every healthy choice you make after 70 has an even greater impact than it did at 40 or 50. And let me tell you something, Life can still surprise you in the best possible ways. You can still fall in love with a new hobby, laugh until your belly hurts, take a trip you never thought you'd take, or have a conversation that changes your heart. But to do that, your body and mind need you to show up, for them and for yourself. Let's wrap this up with a little encouragement. If you've made it to this part of the video, you're already ahead of the game. Because awareness is half the battle. You're choosing to stay curious about your health, your habits, and your potential. That alone is powerful. So I'll leave you with this. Longevity isn't just about how long you live, it's about how well you live while you're here. Listen to the signs. Respond with kindness. And remember, no matter your age, you still have so much life ahead of you, and so many people who want to see you happy, thriving, and full of energy. You're not done. You're just getting started in a new chapter, and it might just be the best one yet. If you found value in this, go ahead and give the video a like. It helps us reach more people just like you. And if you haven't already, consider subscribing. We talk a lot about healthy aging, longevity, and how to stay joyful and sharp well into your golden years. Now go out there and live with intention. Here's to more birthdays, more adventures, and more beautiful days ahead. Take care of yourself, you've earned it.